Hey students, it's Mrs. Guyman. Remember, you're watching a recorded lesson today and tomorrow. Normally we would have kickoff on Thursday, so I put one up here. I was planning on having class, and then remember I had to go out of town. So this was your question. I like to do a riddle on Thursday, and you do get an extra credit if you answer that. But not today because we're just doing it for fun. All right, so you can go ahead and answer that if you would like. Real quick, I've had some students ask me about math tutoring and the math lab. So the math lab by Mrs. Kohler will be going on Tuesdays through Thursdays, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. Or you can give her a call here at this number if you want to schedule an appointment other than those days with her. You can go to the math lab for lots of things. If you are confused about something from class, if you don't know how to find a quiz or an assignment, or an attendance ticket or a benchmark test, if you don't know why you failed something, if you don't feel ready to take some kind of unit test, and you can go to her just if you want to know how you can improve your grade. She has access to all of our courses, and so she can look up your grades. It's great. All right, Math Lab, join Miss Kohler there. The next thing on the list was to go over the calculator. So yesterday I talked about using Desmos.com, and that was the online calculator we were going to use. So this is how you access it. Here is it's not a live link obviously because I am not live with you right now, but that is what you would type in to get to this calculator. When it comes up, if you don't type in scientific, then it probably will not bring it up like this. You just need to make sure you click on scientific at that point. Once you have this screen that you see where my arrow is, then there are lots of functions and buttons we're going to use this year, okay? So we'll talk about this more as we go through the lessons and we use this calculator. But you don't have to use this calculator. This is just the one I will be using in class, and so it's the one that I will refer to. All right. Real quick, let me remind you one last kind of push reminder for our benchmark test. Please try and have this completed. Well, it would be nice if you had it completed before class tomorrow morning, so before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you get it done before then, there'll be a surprise waiting for you in your email. Normally, I would just be there live for it, but look in your email tomorrow morning for my surprise, okay? If you have this benchmark test completed. Now, remember, it's only one attempt, and you're getting a grade for it, but it's more like an effort grade, okay? If you complete it by midnight on Friday, then you will get 5 extra credit points in addition to the surprise that we see there. All right. What time is it? So I've also had some students say, Mrs. Guyman, all my classes are showing up as funny times. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change this. So let's check our time, because sometimes your time zone for your online learning system is not for our time zone. That means all of your classes are going to show as a different time. Like, for example, your math might show up as 11 a.m. when really it's supposed to be 9, or it might show up as you're supposed to be there at 7. Okay, so let's make sure we have the right time zone. I would highly suggest that you do this with me right now as you're watching this recording. So you're going to go here at the top where you see my arrow, okay, right here, and you're going to, right there next to your name, there's a drop down arrow. You're going to click on that drop down arrow, okay? It's going to then bring something up like this right down here, and you are going to click on account settings, as you see there with my circled red. Then over here on step 3, when you're done clicking on account settings, you need to scroll down and make sure that you see this time zone, okay? Your time zone needs to be set to exactly what you see here. It needs to say GMT 7 o'clock United States Denver, okay? I think it will say 7 o'clock. I'm not sure. Make sure it at least says GMT and then United States Denver. Those are the key things. I can't remember if the 7 means that's when I did it or if that's what it always says. So just make sure you're looking for the Denver time zone, okay? And then you go down here to the click and save or save and close button where it says number 4 and you're good to go. And then that's going to change everything so it's in the right time zone, okay? So then your classes should be showing up as the right time, not the wrong time anymore. All right, the next thing on the list is when are things due? Okay, so this is an online class and it's a little bit more flexible, but we still have due dates, okay? So I love Dory, I may forget things, but not due dates. Turn in your work on time, right? And this is one of our classroom one of our classroom expectations. That's the word I was thinking of, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about this. There are several places where you can find when things are due. The big one is probably to check the class plan, okay? I will always put a list of what we're doing for the week in the weekly announcement as well, so if you look on the announcement, but you're going to be able to find everything in the class plan. So there's several ways to look at it. You can look at, and the class plan can be found right here when you're logged into your math class, okay? And this is for any class. Always look at the class plan. So you can look at the day plan, which is this first slide right here, and it shows you day by day. You could look at a list, so if you just want to know a list of assignments that are due, it'll tell you what the due dates are over here on this side. Or you can look at a month, and that will help you to know in advance when some things are due. Now, I usually try and plan out at least like a unit ahead. So I have unit 0 and unit 1, I think, already in there. So you can go and take a peek at that. We will not go over those lessons, and they will not be due until after we go over them. Okay, so for example, you see that here on, and this is kind of an older version. I've added a few things to this, so that's why you're like, I don't see the assignment for day 3 on there. Okay, but you can see for what we did yesterday in class, we had an orientation day 2, and we did an attendance ticket, and we had an assignment. Okay, so that's where you see that. And that's really where you'll find all of your due dates. There's listed several places in the course, but that's probably the biggest one. All right, zeros. So on Monday morning, so every Monday, and sometimes it might be after class because I'm pretty busy before class, but on Mondays at some time, I will go in and enter zeros for all of the previous assignments from the previous week. So what that means is, say you didn't complete an assignment last week, okay? It will be entered in as a 0 on the following Monday. Now, if you completed it and got a 5 out of 5, I'm not entering a 0 in, right? Like, I'm not going to change your grade to a 0. I'm only going to enter a 0 in if you have not completed it. That way, it will start counting towards your grade, and you'll know that, oh, I need to complete that if I want a grade for it, okay? All right, but can you still submit things? Yes. Even though it has a 0, you can still submit it. Please, by all means, submit it, okay? It is just counting a 0 into your grade until you submit it and it gets a better score. Now, generally, you will have 2 to 3 weeks after a unit has been completed to complete all of the work from that unit before I lock it. So let me give you an example. We are starting with Unit 0. When Unit 0 is over, which I think will be about September 7th, you will have until the end of the next unit, which will probably be a couple more weeks, to make sure everything is completed for Unit 0 and you have the grade in there that you want, okay? Because at that point, it's going to then be closed. Now, I will warn you, we will talk about it. I'm not just going to close it. I'm going to remind you of these deadlines, so don't stress about it, okay? You'll know in advance. All right, so today, this is your assignment, and guys, that's it. That's 10 minutes, and you're going to be out of here for your recording. So, orientation day 3 assignment, okay? Remember, we have 2 things every day. We have an assignment, and we have a content or an attendance ticket. So 2 things, assignment and attendance ticket. Your assignment is this for today, and you can find this on the class plan or in the content of your course. But it says, on a piece of paper, write your full name. And yes, you have to do this on a blank piece of your own paper. You're going to label it with this assignment name right here, Orientation Day 3 assignment. Then you're going to neatly answer this question over here. I want you to submit the best way I can reach you, and here is my example. So my name is Summer Guyman. I'm going to write that on my paper. Then I'm going to write, I want you to text me at 435-767-7823. If you would like me to email you, write email and give me your best email. If you would like me to call you, write phone call, okay? That's the best way to get a hold of you, okay? So I hope that makes sense. All right. I reminded you here how you can submit things. You can send it to me through a text, right? You take a picture of your paper that you wrote this on and text it to me. You can send it to me as an email, and there's my email address. Or you can submit it as a picture or an image through the assignment submission. All right, let me remind you, do not submit all three ways. One of the three. Remember how Mrs. Guyman said she'll be pulling her hair out? If she has to read 3 of these from all of you, which is over 300, okay? All right, you guys are awesome. I'm going to slip to one more slide because this is your to-do list. So you're going to complete the Orientation Day 3 assignment now. Obviously, you're not going to chat me and type private chat me and type password, please, because I am not there, right? This was for when we had live class that I was assuming I was going to be doing. This is your attendance ticket password for today. Please make sure you type it in like that. Hint, it is all caps, okay? So make sure you're typing all caps. And then don't forget about your benchmark test. All right, guys, you can try and email me with questions, but I most likely will not be answering them. I will try and get to them as soon as I can on Monday when I get back in town. And I will see you bright and early Monday morning at 9. Oh, but don't forget, you have a recording from me tomorrow as well. All right, guys, see ya. Have a good one.